If you've ever had a bad case of the stomach flu, then you know a little chicken soup is the only thing you can usually keep down. When you're sick, solid food is not an option because your system is too contaminated from whatever bug you've picked up. Being a Christian can be somewhat the same way because once you ask Jesus into your heart, which has been plagued with the sickness of sin, trying to shift your priority of thinking toward those things that are holy can be difficult because your system can't take the solid food of spiritual goodness. It only knows what the world and the enemy has fed it. Hebrews 5 talks about going from the milk of God's word to the meat. Like anything else, revelation of the knowledge of God comes in steps toward a clearer and more vital understanding that eventually becomes a permanence in your spirit that can withstand a world that tries to identify what is good and evil. Over long periods of time, secular society has brainwashed the spiritual foundation that our country was built upon and eroded it immeasurably. This has been possible because we've drifted away from knowing God through His Word. The Bible is a protection for our mind that gives us a measuring rod for what defines goodness according to God's will. It's like driving on a road without road signs or the painted lines. Eventually you'll drift into the other lane and get lost because of no direction. Taking the truth of God's Word for granted is the reason why the world seems to be getting more decadent instead of moving toward holiness. The world didn't become corrupted overnight, and it will take the mature and dedicated Christian to stem the tide of unholiness by standing up for those principles that can transform our society for the better.